more today. No, so totally changing the subject because there is nothing else as far as I know to say about Sam. I want to tell you about another story in Australia that's been breaking. Hi Heather. Hi Crime Audit. Yeah, another big story today in Australia, in Sydney. I don't know if those of you are in Australia, I expect you've heard about it. The thing is, I'm now on a VPN, an Australian VPN, because I'm always looking out for news of Samantha Murphy. Well, I keep alternating between Spain because I'm trying to find, get news about Anna in Madrid, who's gone missing in Madrid as well. So I keep changing over. And when I go onto the Australian VPN, I get all the Australian news, obviously, because the computer thinks I'm in Australia. And this other story came up, which is very shocking. So I don't know if you've heard about this. This happened in Sydney, and there's been a triple murder. A Taekwondo instructor at the place where he teaches Taekwondo in Sydney, he killed a mother and her child. The son was one of his students at the Taekwondo gym. And he strangled both of them for whatever reason. I mean, we don't know the reason yet. He then got in her car and drove to her house and stabbed her husband and murdered her husband. So he killed the whole family, the mother, the child, and the husband, but at two separate crime scenes. And nobody knows why yet, why he would do that. Anyway, let's just have a look at that story, just because it is just such, a surprising story, if you like, or a shocking story. Oh, hang on. I've got to share it first, Vicky. Got to share it. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm forgetting to share now. So he's a martial arms expert, and he's killed the whole family. So there's obviously a lot to come out about it as to why he did it. But and they're they're either North or South Korean, all of them.
Their lives all taken, allegedly, by one man. The 7-year-old boy's Taekwondo instructor Kwang Kyung Yoo, who calls himself Master Lion.
We've just lost, 3 people from one family who've been had their lives taken away, and what we allege is a murder. This was a loving family.
Mr. Yoo is a married father himself, who had trained hundreds of other local children at his North Parramatta studio. It was inside that studio where police say he strangled a 41-year-old mother and her son on Monday evening. Police will allege he left their bodies inside and drove the woman's car to their family home in Balcombe Hills, where he stabbed her 39-year-old husband to death. Detectives are still trying to find a motive.
We're still establishing what other connections.
I mean, what possible motive could that be? And the thing is, the bloody cheek as well. So he kills that poor woman and her son, and then he gets in her car and drives off to her home, and then a fight results with the husband. Now, the husband put up a hell of a fight because unfortunately he did succumb to the assault and he did die. But the guy, the Taekwondo instructor, he had to go to hospital because of his own wounds. And he said that he'd had, I think he said he'd been in a car accident or something. Anyway, he made up some story at the hospital. But he was quite severely injured himself. But unfortunately, the father did die of his wounds, whereas he survived. I think he's still in hospital, actually, at the moment.
Or what other relationships may have been. It was out of, it was out of the blue. It was something that wasn't forewarned. It was nothing that could have put a red flag up, as far as we understand.
Police say Mr. Yoo walked into Westmead Hospital late on Monday night with serious stab wounds to his arms, chest and stomach, claiming he'd been attacked in a supermarket car park in North Parramatta. That's when police began to unravel what they allege happened in the hours before he arrived here. They discovered the 3 bodies on Tuesday. The couple was originally from South Korea. Neighbours are still in disbelief.
I feel really, really sad for the child. I don't know what happened between the adults, but I guess this is what everybody is thinking and feeling at the moment, the poor boy.
Mr. Yoo remains under police guard in hospital, where detectives are preparing to charge him with 3 counts of murder. Leah Harris, ABC News, Sydney.
Well, do you know what? It's like the world never stops turning, does it? So we're all sort of obviously, looking at Samantha's case, looking at other cases. We've been following the poor little boy that fell into the river in Leicester in the UK, Anna disappearing in Madrid. The world just doesn't stop, does it? These things just don't stop. And then in the middle of all that, this popped up on my, let's have a look at another news item about it. So I just couldn't believe it. Where, it just never stops. And this is only Australia now, because of course I'm getting all this news about Australia because I'm on the Australian VPN because of looking for news about Samantha. And then all these other things come up and you think, oh my God, where do you stop with these cases? You can't believe all these things are going on. What has made this man snap? He's obviously just snapped completely, because he's got to a certain age in life. He's married, he's got a child himself, at least one. He's got his Taekwondo business or whatever, he's got his business. Why has he snapped like that and just everything come crumbling down for him?
Family of 3 who loved to travel and explore. Their lives all taken, allegedly, by one man. The 7-year-old boy's Taekwondo instructor Kwang Kyung Yoo, who calls himself Master Lion.
We've just lost, 3 people from one family who've been had their lives taken away, and what we allege is a murder. This was a loving family.
Mr. Yoo is
A man has been arrested and is expected to soon be charged over the deaths of 3 people, including a 7-year-old boy. Police will allege he strangled a woman and the child before stabbing the woman's husband at a different location. Annie Pullar has the latest.
Good afternoon. Police are expected to charge the owner of a Taekwondo martial arts academy in North Parramatta with 3 counts of murder after he was arrested in Westmead Hospital overnight following stomach surgery. Popular instructor Kwang Kyung Yoo is accused of strangling 41-year-old Min Chu and a 7-year-old boy inside the sports hub on Monday night between the hours of 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. 7 News understands their bodies were left in 2 separate rooms and the alleged attack has been captured on security video. Police say shortly after killing the pair, the 49-year-old instructor jumped into the woman's white BMW and headed to Borkham Hills, where he allegedly stabbed 39-year-old Stephen Cho to death. Hours later, Yu turned up to Westmead Hospital with slash wounds, claiming he had been attacked in a car park.
The man remains under police guard in hospital, receiving treatment for his injuries, and is expected to be charged.
Police say he'll be charged as soon as he is in a stable condition and will likely face a bedside court hearing. It's still unclear what relationship Yu shared with the victims, but it's been confirmed the boy was a student at the martial arts school.
I think it's not only tragic in the circumstances, but the consequences were cataclysmic.
7 News can also reveal Yu is a married father of 2, neighbours today in deep shock.
Horrific. I never could have guessed. He's always been a nice neighbor, to be fair. He's quiet, the family's quiet, no disturbances. He's helped me mow my lawn when I'm not around, so he's It's very helpful, very nice, actually.
Oh my
Family friends of the victims are traumatised, telling 7 News they're all beautiful people and cannot fathom how this has happened.
Just let's have a look at one more.
Good morning. Sydney has been rocked by a triple murder, which is now the subject of a police investigation. 2 of the victims, a mother and her son, were reportedly strangled to death inside a Taekwondo studio in North Parramatta. Their bodies left in an alleyway nearby. The body of the mother's estranged husband was found in Balkan Hills. Police are investigating a possible suspect, a man under police guard in Westmead Hospital this morning with stab wounds. Police are investigating a shooting at a gym in Western Sydney.
Yeah. You know, that's it. What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? They do these. Sorry, I'm laughing because of Charlie's comment. He says, I wouldn't like to be strangled. I don't think many people would like to be strangled, would they? It's just like, oh, could you imagine you're just there like at the gym with your gym instructor or, you know, chatting, and then suddenly they just sort of attack you and start. I mean, it sounds like something to me, I would say, he's obviously got into it feels to me, he's got into an argument for whatever reason with the woman. Maybe they were having an affair, maybe there was something going on, or maybe he knew that family, you know, maybe there's like history going back years. Who knows? Maybe he just reached breaking point and they were just unlucky enough to be there. You know, when he reached breaking point, maybe he had money problems, maybe he had relationship problems. You know, who knows? Maybe he'd had a mental breakdown, and that poor woman and the son just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But it just seems funny then that he went to their actual. He must have known them, mustn't he? Well, first of all, he knew where they lived for a start, because he then got in the woman's car. I mean, the bloody cheek as well of taking her car, or was he going to try and prove that she'd done it or something? So he's got in her car, gone off to the house, and he's obviously attacked the father, and the father's put up a good fight, because it sounds like he had quite severe injuries. So the father has put up a good fight. But, you know, unfortunately succumbed. So, you know, when someone takes you by surprise like that, makes you wonder, did he know him? And when he's gone to the door, maybe he said, something about the mother and the child. You know, very odd, very odd. You know, could be many things, couldn't it? Could be many things. Could be steroids, but it could just be a mental health issue. It could be a long running. It's amazing what people, you know, carry simmering underneath, don't they? The anger, and then one day just like everything comes to a head, or like a perfect storm. Maybe just had a really crap day. You know, there's no logic to it, is there? I mean, we can't find the logic in it, because we can't imagine doing that. We all get angry. Everybody gets angry, but you can't imagine doing that. And even, even if you got angry with the woman for whatever reason, maybe they've got a relationship there, to kill the son and then to go off and kill the husband, that's a whole, that's not crime of passion, really, to then go off, drive off and do that. So, but, I wouldn't even, it's only because I'm on the Australian VPN that I even get Australian news. I wouldn't have known anything about that. But it's not only Australia, is it? It's all over Britain, America. You just think, oh my God, the world's crazy, isn't it, really? Sometimes once you start watching the news, you think, oh, no, I don't want to watch any more news. I don't want to watch any more news. But anyway. Okay, so that's the update that I've got about Samantha. I know it's not much of an update, certainly not an official update, but I do feel that the fact that they haven't given any sort of press conference for a week, that does mean something in my eyes. Sometimes you can infer things from things that they don't say. You know, to not say anything doesn't necessarily mean, especially in this early stage, you know, as time goes on with an investigation, you know, news does come more intermittently, but normally in the first couple of weeks, there's a lot of press conferences, isn't there? There's a lot of information, certainly more than one press conference a week. And then as time goes on, maybe it gets less. But it feels at the moment that there is, I quite strongly believe there's something going on. But whether that means it will lead to new, any day we could get news, couldn't we? It could be another week, it could be another month, but sooner or later there will be some news about this. Yeah. Okay, well, for those of you who missed the beginning, you'll be able to go back to the beginning now and have a look. But I'll be back tomorrow for, you know, whatever happens. If hopefully they find the little boy, though it does, you know, it doesn't seem like it's going to be good news, but you know, the little boy that's gone in the river. Hopefully they'll find him tomorrow. It's anyway, I don't want to talk about that now because it's very, very sad. That little boy is just adorable. You know, looking at the photo of him, he looks like a right cheeky little one, you know, but so gorgeous. But anyway, never mind, I don't want to talk about that because it's too depressing. So remember to live and love very wisely, very carefully. Hi Mello, if I haven't said hello to you before, and stay safe, you know, and don't go to Taekwondo. You know, it's just, I'm not laughing because I think it's funny, it's a hysterical laugh. It's like, you know, if you didn't laugh you'd cry, wouldn't it? If you can't even, this is what I'm saying about being safe, you know, people worrying about running on a trail, but you can't even go and pick your son up from Taekwondo and be safe. So you've got to always be aware, you know, who knows what the circumstances were there. It sounds like they were alone there, you know, for whatever reason. Maybe everybody else had gone home. Maybe they were having an affair. Maybe there was something going on there between the mother and the Taekwondo guy. Maggie, yeah, just stay indoors. Stay out of the bush. Don't go to Taekwondo. You know, what can you do? Bloody hell, yeah, stay at home. Anyway, night and take care, and don't let the bed bugs bite, as they say. But more than anything, until I see you again, may your God always go with you. Oh, sorry, Mellows. Just, oh, don't get me going about politics. I've been trying to avoid the politics. But yeah, good. He's rubbish. He's a rubbish speaker. He's a rubbish speaker. Anyway, okay. So, yeah, may your God go with you. Bye-bye.